Greetings and welcome to AlonzoBash podcast, where art and culture meets activism. In this powerful episode, we sit down with Anthony Pure Silk Brightly of Black Slate, a pioneer of British reggae. Mr. Brightly shares his journey from the Windrush Generation to helping shape the sound of lovers rock in the UK during the 70s and 80s. He reflects on Black Slate's classic hit Amigo and the group's role in defining the British reggae movement. Brightly also takes us on the road, sharing stories from touring alongside legends like Peter Tosh, Dennis Brown, Ken Boothe, and Delroy Wilson. Beyond music, he opens up about his passion for film production, cultural preservation, and the evolution of reggae across generations. Real people, real conversations. This is history, legacy, and culture, unfiltered. Sit back and relax. AlonzoBash podcast starts now.
Greetings and welcome to AlonzoBash podcast. I'm your host, AlonzoBash. And of course, as of always, man, today we have another special guest. This gentleman right here is a legend. I want to waste no time. Mr. Sir Anthony Brightly, artist producer from the legendary band Black Slate. Of course, he goes by the nickname Pure Silk. We'll get into all of that. Mr. Brightly, welcome, sir. Nice.
It's more than a pleasure to be on your radio podcast with you.
Man, you're the living legend, man. So much history, so much history. So I'm gonna jump right into it. So you were born in England, London,
right.
England.
London, England, Hackney.
Okay. All right. So you were born in London, England. You're a young man like myself, so I'm trying to connect the dots here. So are you considered like the second or the first generation from the Windrush generation?
So I'm the first generation of the Windrush. So you have Windrush, and I'm a child of the Windrush generation.
All right. That's what I was trying to connect. All right,
Yeah.
cool. A lot of history there as well. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna let you elaborate on that because a lot of us, especially who grew up in the Caribbean, a lot of us was introduced, or I can speak for my generation, was introduced
Right.
about the Windrush generation through the sitcom Desmond. I don't know if you remember that show.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, you mean, yeah. Right. Okay.
A lot of us kind of knew of that Windrush generation because it's something that was never taught in school. So that's something that we
Right.
kind of learned through that show. Because that show for us at that time was very educational as far as learning about Caribbeans living in the UK. So yeah, what was your
All right.
experience
Well,
like?
let me kick off then. So my parents were born in Jamaica. My mom from a place called Mandeville, and my
Mm,
dad from a place called Mount Charles, near Lawrence Tavern, like 15 miles from Kingston.
okay.
And they came to England.
Mm,
They talk about the Windrush generation, but basically there
yeah.
was more than one boat and they were planes. But they just charged the Caribbean one price. So whether you wanted to go by boat or whether you wanted to go by plane, that paid the one price.
Um.
They got to England. So
Okay.
England did a job on our parents in
Mm,
making them believe that they were coming to a country where the streets were paved with gold.
right. Right.
And obviously, they discovered very fast that one, it wasn't paved with gold, and two, it was so cold. So my
Mm,
parents arrived in the winter.
oh
So
man.
no one, there was no, they got the same clothes they leave
Chano.
Jamaica with, like Jamaica. And
Yeah.
if they had a family member to meet them, then the
Mm,
family would have walked with a coat for them.
yeah.
But if they never had nobody, a lot of them only had a name on a piece of paper. And they
Yeah.
would have had to navigate themselves from Southampton or from Heathrow to find that person that might be in Birmingham, Manchester, Bristol, London, wherever. That was their first experience. And I think for me, it is now very important that we let who don't know, and our children must know, and the generations to come must know. And I think the only way we can do that is through film,
Mm,
because they've hijacked the music so much that it has to have some vision with people of this time now talking about people who is still around.
yes.
So
Yes.
there's first and second and third generation around.
Mm,
So we don't have to have a young person acting like they're old.
yes.
They
Yes.
can actually, we can find older actors. So we
Yes.
can create full cast films with all the generations in the one film.
Okay.
We're talking about that, and we haven't talked about the music yet. But
Yeah.
that's the foundation of what we were born out of. Now,
Mm,
fast coming up. My dad is a sound man, he's a
Yes.
club man. We've got him on sound and we keep blues dances. So I
Yeah.
was brought up in that environment. Sound system, music playing.
Yeah.
My dad played all sorts of music. So I grew up listening to jazz, folk
Mm.
music, and reggae music, blue beat, ska,
Yeah.
everything. So for me, it was music.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they played everything. And then this thing called reggae came about. And I'm not gonna say who did it first, but I know it um through Toots and the Maytals.
Okay. Okay.
Which are woman bangarang da dang da 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 all around the same time. And they're always playing and there was things like top and top. And all these things
Yes.
made reggae what it was when it started. So a lot of people say one man invite, but one breeze did blow and the whole
Yeah.
you understand? And who
Yes.
was playing the music first, people like Lloyd Chalmers and Red Parks and them people. They were
Mm.
they're the young musicians. There you have it. You had Studio One, don't get Studio was playing the ska first. Yeah, so you had Studio One and Jude Creed.
Mm.
Between those two songs coming out of Jamaica, they're playing ska because they copying what they were hearing from America.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they put a twist on it.
Yeah.
So they made the blues faster.
Mm.
And then as them go through, them just slow it down until it became reggae.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then out of the reggae become the message. So that's where the roots reggae come in.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
So
yeah.
if I may interject here, because I really want to stay within the timeline because this is I think you probably like the third or the fourth interview I've did with someone from the UK, and I believe you're the perfect person to answer some of these questions. Reggae, that okay? So truck reggae, lovers rock, and dubwise. Were those songs originated in the UK? That genre itself?
All right.
You take a deep breath.
You know why? Because
Mm,
I started playing music at the age of 8
yes.
and I was playing reggae music. So
Okay.
therefore it was about already. Understand?
Yeah.
And there was love songs. Love songs was about already.
Yes.
Right? So when people talk about what started, as far as I'm concerned, as a musician, I give
Mm,
all the respect to Jamaica
yes.
and reggae music.
Mm,
Now, what happened is that as we were growing up, people like myself was backing people like Delroy Wilson, Dennis Brown, the Heptones, Johnny
okay.
Clark, you know what I mean, Leroy Smart. Growing
Yeah.
up, we had to learn to play their records.
Right. Right. Right.
But we found their records quite simple. So when you play, man said, "No, man, we don't want none of that. Just give me the reggae. I just want the reggae."
Yeah.
So we had to. So once we started records, we
Mm,
started to improvise.
okay.
And with the improvising, the rock reggae, where man a play rock guitar in a reggae music, and you get
Uh,
the lovers rock, where man
okay.
is not just playing a piano, he's playing a Fender Rhodes, playing an organ, and
Mm,
you have all these additional instruments being played.
okay.
And as a set of youth, we
Mhm.
call it Lovers Rocking.
Okay. Lovers rocking.
And there was a label called Lovers Rock.
Okay.
So for identification as a sound man, because I'm a sound man as well,
Yeah, man.
I had to say, yeah man, search our song, we're playing Lovers Rock. So they
Mm,
know that we wasn't playing the reggae
right.
because
Right.
reggae out of Jamaica was getting so rootsified
Right. Roots.
that
Yeah.
we were too because all the Rastafari are coming and we
Mm,
didn't want to look.
yeah.
We wanted Afro, like the Americans.
Yes.
They
Yes.
play the weird tap. So we wasn't doing that. So even
Mm,
though we come out of the roots sharply, by the time we 17, 18, 19, we're pretty
right.
boys. But there was no funky dread yet. I had
Mm,
a Rasta with locks. I
yes.
use a ballad who comb your head. That's it. No, there was no
Oh man.
funky dread. If I'm if them
Mm,
say a man I eat a beef burger and him have a
yeah.
locks, and I say, "Oh, we'll cut off your locks, you know." Oh yeah, this the dread like that. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. True. True.
it was a serious thing
Yeah,
in
man.
the 70s.
Mm,
So as the 70s was it's like to mellow out. And then
yeah.
by the 80s, the funky dread come
Mm,
and then it was legal to eat coconut dreadlocks on the head and that was it.
yeah.
Them disrespect the whole Rasta thing. And I personally think say it was a plan because
Yeah.
the Rastas was too conscious and
Mhm.
they were teaching us too much
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
youths. So most of our history, our black history, came
Mhm.
through Rastafari. And yeah, the groups among them are, I mean, they would teach us. They would take out the Bible and they
Mhm.
will use the Bible and
Yeah.
explain what one. So
Mhm.
what they wouldn't teach us in the English schools is
Yeah.
through the Rastaman them between like the age of 13, 14, 15, 16. Rastaman educate me.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
wow.
find all the early Black Slate stuff
Mm.
is pure Jaja fight down Babylon. We
Yeah.
have to get together. We wasn't even singing any love songs there. We just
Yeah.
a beat down Babylon and rise up. So it's not until we come 17, 18 now, we are fall in love. Man, I get them heart broken. Woman, I get them heart broken. And we are make records. So
Mm.
we're now singing these reality songs of, I'm so sorry, I never mean to do this. Men cry to, all these kind of songs
Yeah.
that revert to either a woman or a man having a broken heart, or, baby, I'm yours, man in love.
Yeah.
Love, people are singing love songs. And it's
Mhm.
not that we never know about love songs, but love songs normally was a soul music. So
It's
it's
so
either Marvin Gaye or Teddy Pendergrass, you
yeah.
know what I mean? So if a man ever turn their music into reggae, we start make love songs in
Mhm.
our own reggae. And
Yeah.
technically, that's what you call love song,
Awesome.
British love song.
Okay, because you also have been credited with helping to establish the British reggae sound back in the 70s into the 80s. Uh, so I'm trying to connect the dots here. So I heard a story. I heard a story. You went to King Tubby's studio in Jamaica.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The man made me cry, man.
Yeah.
The man dissed me big time. He said to me, the only thing we could fight.
Yeah. So tell me what happened.
All right, so I'm 17. My
Yeah.
first trip to Jamaica, but by this time I've played with every single Jamaican artist.
Right.
From you come to England, played with them.
Right. Right. Right.
So I believe I qualify, but
Mm.
I'm only 17,
Yeah.
right? So I'm a youth. I'm just a youth, but with a whole mouth, right?
Right.
So I've gone to King Tubby's to
Mm.
buy some dubplate for my son, right?
Okay.
So we buy me dubplate them,
Yeah.
and they were vexed with me because them say Englishman too mean.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
go, and I said I don't want that. I knew exactly what I wanted. So I
Right. Right.
wanted Mighty Diamonds. I
Mm.
wanted Delroy Wilson because those are the kind that I was into, the
Right.
love
Right.
songs. You know what I mean? So he wasn't very pleased. So I never spent a lot of money, but I spent money with him.
Okay.
And then I said to him, because we've just made our album, the Amigo album.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
said to him, I want you ever listen to this. Because don't forget, I look at them, man. King
Mm.
Tubby's, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
Upsetter, and yeah, King Tubby's label, you have Lee Stretch Perry.
Legend.
You look up to them. Yeah, yeah. Them is like your idols. So I
Yeah.
said to him, boy, I would love you to listen to my group's music.
Right. Right.
And look at me out for me from him mad. But I didn't understand it properly. I said, no, I want you to listen to me. The man said, move on, come up with studio, but you want me to listen to your music. And the Englishman called me and he said, come up with studio, but you want me to listen to your music. I said to myself,
Uh,
you really? And when he did that, I said, oh, I'm vexed. If I could have given back the dub plate, then what we buy, would
yeah.
have. But the man really just disrespect me and never even listened to my music.
Yeah, man. So
So
wait.
I left.
At this point, you're 17, so you already had the album. Because your first album was done when you was what 12 years old.
The first thing, my first recording was 12,
Just
second 14,
mm,
first hit 15,
yeah.
and then the first album 16.
So you're good to go now.
Yeah, 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 yeah. What I mean, save up all my money, innit? Every penny me make, every
Yeah.
artist me got got into the studio.
All right. So you left
Yeah,
you
so
head down. So what happened after that?
so I left King Tubby's studio, and then I booked a session at Channel One studio, and by this time now, I'm running out of money. So I said to them in Channel One studio, I only
Yeah.
want an hour and a half.
Okay.
I said, only again, them run me. Say,
That-
only Englishman, 2 meal.
That's for the
An
record.
hour and a half, who book what hour that is?
That's why I'm laughing. So folks who may not understand how a studio works, hour and a half is pretty much you're wasting the people and them time. You had to book at least
That's right.
3
So
hours.
by the time you set up, right. But you see, the thing about those studios, they were always on call. There was always nobody's resetting up drums. You just go into the next month. And that's why
Right.
everything at Channel One sounded the same.
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
the same one drum kit, it's just
Mm,
different drummers.
yeah.
And the setting is the same. They're not re-each you as themselves. So I saw you have a film.
Right, right, right.
So when the man them say, ciao, all right, we'll see what you can do now. Oh,
Oh, nah, yeah.
so we go up on the drums and we play the drums and we say to Santa, I want you to
Mm,
play this drum beat. So that's the first thing when hold them, because them see me as a
yeah.
youth. But I'm
Mhm.
playing a proper run drop and then there's flubber and bass. And I say, play this bass line. So I get
Okay.
up, play the bass line for him, and then sit down and play the drums. And say,
Uh,
hold it and play with me. And then I'll get up and play the piano, Santa
mm.
and drums. And I say, right, run the
You played all these different instruments.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So I played, and basically within the hour, we clapped
Mhm.
the four tune them.
Yeah?
So
Wow.
same time now, you have Sugar Minot and Tony Tough. Sugar Minot, Tony Tough, and a man named Lloyd Hemmings.
Yeah, yeah.
And the man them say, you man, we love the rhythm, you know, we can sing on it. I say, only have half an hour left. He said, don't answer the man.
Yeah.
And then same time, me record Sugar Minot, Tony Tough, and Lloyd Hemmings.
Oh,
And
wow.
the same three rhythm, them we just fuck one time.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's crazy.
And then 3 years later, Sugar
Mhm.
Man comes to England,
Mm.
and we met the tune Lovers Rock with him. So
Wow.
the so technically you can say we came to Jamaica,
Yeah.
introduced our music to
Mm.
them diss it. But when I went back to Jamaica as a small man, me say
Yeah.
me now play nothing from King Tubby's, I mean now play normal music from Channel One. So if it
German.
don't make it in England, I'm only playing English music.
Mm.
And unless it sound a certain way, like it's a Mighty Diamonds
Right,
or
right,
a
right.
Delroy, we'll play it. Or a Dennis, anything Yabba Yuish or anything like that,
Yeah.
nothing. Revenant, nothing. Anything from it's a roots tune, I start
Yeah.
play roots.
Wow. Roots, rock, reggae. Wow. All right. So,
So when we talk
mm,
about roots, which is slightly different from the Lovers Rock,
yeah, yeah,
the root rock reggae is normally a different type of chord formation and it's songs of reality. So it'll be songs like Six Man or Time to Rise, Revelation, Giant the Ghetto, those kind of songs. And that's what we
yeah,
call rock. So there is a distinction between reggae music, lovers rock music and
yeah.
roots rock. There's
Yeah.
two different,
Two different.
but it's all reggae music.
Reggae music. You know, the UK song, like you said, is very distinctive. But the one thing that came to mind, I want to ask you this question on your take. UB40 and Boy George, right? I mean, there's other reggae bands and reggae artists that's non-Jamaican. They're pretty much Europeans, but they sing reggae.
Yeah.
You know, what's your take on their approach to British reggae?
Okay, so we went to school with white people. We share our food, we share our music with them. If they like it, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna buy it and they're gonna try and play it.
Yeah.
It was easier for them to sing it first,
Mhm.
and now, but they couldn't play it at first, but now they can play. It's. If I was to turn around and hate on them, then the Jamaicans have all right to hate on me.
Yeah,
Music
yeah.
is a thing that is a spirit, and if you
Mm,
get it right, breaks barriers.
yeah,
It will break barriers. It will go from one place to another. Music underlining is love. And love conquers all.
yeah,
So if I turn around and hate upon UB40 because they're now the biggest reggae band in the world, it's not my fault. They're the
yeah,
biggest, because what makes them get that title is because black people have heard, oh, this sounds nice, not knowing that the color of the band is not relevant. It's the
yeah,
music them hear.
yeah,
So one of
yeah,
the things we recognized when we went to Jamaica is that Jamaicans play English music and white people music.
yeah, yeah,
Whereas when we grew up, that Windrush generation did not play white people's music. We only played black music. So when we leave and start traveling and realizing the rest of the world plays music, they had the choice where we never had no choice. So if you're
mhm,
listening to the radio, you're only listening to pop. So if
Pop.
you want to listen to your own music in your own place, then what
Mm,
you play your own music. So the answer to your question is, Boy George, you be fine. Big up on yourself. Next,
mhm.
like the music is taking all the world, all over the world. People buy your music because they like it. You're a
Yeah.
popular band. That's
Mhm.
it.
Yeah. 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 All right. So as a young lad, as they would say, back in 1974, I believe the original name of the group was Young Ones from Zion, which was
That's
later
yeah,
later
yeah.
renamed, with that right term to use, Black Slate. Take us a little back on how the band came together, and the name and the meaning behind the name
Okay,
Black.
so at first, Chris Hansen and Desmond Mahoney and myself and a few other guys, we all had this band called the Young Ones from Zion because we
Yeah.
were kids. But as I was always the youngest one in the band, so them guys was like 5 and 6 years older than me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
by the time them man reach 18, I'm only, I mean, I'm 13 now.
Yeah.
So, but you know, what I mean, when you call young one because you
Yeah.
feel you're a man in it.
Hmm.
So, but also during that time, the black movement was getting powerful. So, Black
Yes.
Panther, Black
Hmm.
Power, Man of Frightened, Black Moses,
Yeah.
Man of Frightened to say them black.
Hmm.
So, we wanted people to know that we was a black band. So straight
Okay.
away, black because we was a black group.
Yeah.
And then because our parents back in the day in the Caribbean, they used to write on slate.
Slates. Yeah.
Right. So for us, because we always said we're gonna carry a message,
Okay. Okay.
call ourselves Black Slate, and that's where the name come from.
Black Slate. Yeah. Wow. You guys, like you said, you guys were pretty much the opening band, or the band really when a lot of artists would tour in the US. I'm not sorry, in the
UK.
UK. And I understand you tour with Peter Tosh and Bunny Wailer, the Wailers.
Yeah, yeah. So I met Bob Marley when I was 12. That changed my mind. That changed my life. That experience of seeing Peter Tosh, Bob Marley,
Mm,
Aston Barrett, Carlton Barrett, and Wiley perform on the stage. When we listen to it, it's like madness.
mm,
When you was there, you got captured and hooked onto something
yeah.
that you couldn't describe. And as a youth man, I couldn't even explain it when I went to school because
Mm,
none of my friends could have gone to a concert at the age of 12.
yeah.
Nevertheless, talking about, Bob Marley was the smallest name on the flyer. The
Mm.
biggest name was Johnny Nash.
Oh,
Then Toots on the Maytals, and then a DJ named Emperor Roscoe, and
okay.
then small, Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Yeah.
So that was an experience. As we moved on and had the hit record, we then toured with Peter Tosh, where he had an all-star band. So it was
Yep.
Peter Tosh, Lion Robbie,
Mhm.
Hamlin's backing vocals, and he had top guitarists. So he had an all-star band. And we toured the whole of Europe, like 7 shows, and finished in England.
Yeah.
And that's really opened our eyes to the magnitude of the work what Bob Marley did. A lot of
Mm.
people hear about Bob Marley but didn't understand when he did that album Babylon by Boss.
Yes.
That was in traveling through Babylon and breaking doors down. If we played in a concert and there was 20,000 people, then so when Bob Marley was there was 35,000 people. Everywhere we go, we were the second band to be there. And who you said first? Bob Marley was first, Black
Yeah.
Slate was second.
Oh, wow.
And what I mean, traveling the world and
Yeah.
being the next person in that man's footsteps
Yes. Yes.
is honorable because he's what made, what I mean, you talk about New Zealand reggae. New
Mm,
Zealand modeled their reggae music off of Black Slate
mm.
because we had the first hit before Bob Marley had a hit in New Zealand.
Oh,
So Black Slate had a bigger hit first.
yeah.
And then it's afterwards Bob Marley come back and have hits.
Mhm.
So the roots music or the foundation of reggae music in New Zealand come from Black Slate. So
Mhm.
when we go there, even the kids them of today know our music.
Wow. What was Peter Tosh like?
He was mystical.
Yeah.
He talked very little. What came out of his mouth was
Mhm.
normally like
Mm.
sharp like a razor. When them say sharp like a razor,
Yeah.
he was that serious, what I mean? And he realized we were serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll tell you how we realized we were serious.
Mm.
Because they never take no notice of us. Sly, Robbie, none of them take no notice of us because it's an English band, innit? No big thing.
Yeah.
But what happened was, on the condition of doing the tour, we said, we must have our name.
Mm.
You must not put support band,
Okay. Okay.
right? And the first show we did, they had support band on and above our name. So me being a British youth, not afraid nobody,
Yeah.
me call the promoter, me say, where's our name on the flyer?
Yeah.
He was German. And you know the German language is really sharp.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
might not be rude to you.
Right. It just kind of.
You're right. The way the man talked to me,
Yeah.
he said, who you think you talk to like that? And the man speaking in German, and me
Yeah.
say, I went mad.
Yeah.
He said, you're just a support band, you just get on the stage. So me say, yeah? I say, all right. You don't know who we is. So I went on the stage and I said to the rest of the band, only come on the stage when I call you.
Yeah.
So me and the drummer went on first.
Okay.
To show you how you have about 5,000 people in the place.
Mm.
We're the support band. Them a sit down on the floor, talk to one another. No notice of us.
Yeah.
All right? So I said, all right. I went to beat on with music today. And I went on and I played one chord,
Okay.
A minor.
So for folks who are not familiar with what A minor one chord is, can you give them like a
Right. So it's three notes together. And in reggae, yeah, jam, jam,
Mm.
jam, jam, jam. 5 minutes later, jam, and the drum is just like chick, chick, boom, chick,
Yeah.
chick, chick, boom. Jam,
Yeah.
calling the bass man, and
Yeah.
just say, jam, jam,
Mm.
boom, boom, jam for 20 minutes, 20 minutes, and then walk off the stage. The crowd stop, talk, get up. They was
Yeah.
in a
Trans.
because the only thing you can do is just like jam, jam,
Right.
jam.
Wow. That's interesting. All right. So continue. Sorry.
So everybody came out to find out why, because don't forget the players of reggae music know that something
Mm.
going on out there.
Yeah.
Peter Tosh come out to say, what going on out there? Because it's become so long now,
Yeah.
it's taken over. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you can't ignore us.
Right. Right. Right.
And then we do it for 20 minutes and then we stop and walk off the stage. So the promoter says, what did you just do?
Right.
Black Slate just done played. The roadies went to take the equipment off the stage. The crowd saying, we want more, we want more. We in German.
Yeah.
And every time they try to take the instruments off the stage, them get louder and louder and louder and louder. And they could not break the spell of the music until we went back on. And I said to the promoter, you put my name on every flyer
Yeah.
and make people know who we are. As your tour will not continue. Because that's the power of our music.
Yeah.
And that is why reggae music is not to be frowned upon. It doesn't matter, anybody can play it.
Yeah.
But when you become a spiritual reggae music player, a message is in the music.
I mean, facts, man. Facts. All right. I want to talk about the big hit back in 1980, Amigo. I understand that at that time, that song, a lot of British, I would say British folk didn't realize. Well, I would say at that time, that song was they would hear the Amigo Amigo, but they didn't realize the message in the song. I'll put it that way. And what I believe at the time was the first time the word "ja" was actually played on radio unknowingly to BBC.
And they didn't realize what the
Mhm.
interpretation was.
Mhm.
So they thought it was a gimmick record.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was just black kids jumping on the stage,
Yeah.
gimmick. When they realized what it was, they
Mhm.
took it off because the BBC radio is not to play any music on that has God or anything that represents God,
Mhm.
unless it's a Sunday. So
Mhm.
Monday to Friday they couldn't.
Yeah.
So and the record sold so much that was like a runaway train.
That's interesting. That's interesting, man. So
And don't forget, when
Mhm.
you watch them,
Yeah.
you got a lot of white kids. Jada, Even though it was the same British language we were singing, they just
Yeah.
didn't realize
Mm.
that their children was getting caught in our spiritual music.
You
At the
know,
same time, Bob Marley just took off, and the rest was history.
you mentioned BBC. Prior to BBC, why don't we say prior to BBC? I want to talk about the 80s. Once again, it kind of goes back to the Windrush generation, and of course, West Indians living in the UK. With the invention of, well, we call it invention, but the introduction rather of pirate radio, which was a big thing in the UK. Now, I'm not sure if England was one of the first really to popularize pirate radio. Of course, Shabaranks and the Cocotie did a song about it as well. But
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
that time when pirate radio kind of took off. I believe the first pirate radio was the British, but Soul, I think they was playing back then, and then eventually Caribbean
Oh,
Nationals created their own.
right. The first actual pirate radio station was called Radio Luxembourg, and that was in the 60s.
Okay,
And they used to be out in the waters, and people like, and most of Radio One's number one DJs was taken from that radio station.
okay, okay,
They always say they're wrong, but it wasn't until in the early 70s, in the 70s, reggae music only had 3 hours a week
okay,
on radio, right? 4 on a Sunday and 2 hours on a Saturday.
okay, okay.
And that was it we had. And soul music was very much the same.
Yeah.
They had 2 hours, 3 hours on a Saturday and
Mm,
2 hours. They had 5 hours on a Saturday and 2 hours on a Sunday.
okay,
So the white guys knew about the Radio Luxembourg. So they just did the same thing and played the soul music because they were into soul.
okay, okay.
And then as they discovered with black people, they want a little bit of reggae.
Yeah.
So they would, instead of, and then you say, all right, there was 2 hours or 3 hours a week on national. So they
Mhm,
would say, all right, we'll give you 2 hours of reggae every day.
okay. Mm,
So they were the same. And then after 2 years, black man staring.
right,
You
right.
can't keep up with them. And then black man starts saying, oh, I saw it run now. So we
Mhm.
start make our own radio station. Then you had black radio station.
Yeah. Hmm, that's
And
funny.
that's how we then started to control our own music through
Okay,
pirate radio.
nice.
And
Yeah.
with that, we're gonna start licensing black radio because anything that's a make money, the taxman wants his money. They
Yeah.
say you have to legalize it, and that's how we start to have legal black radio stations.
Yeah. His son is a singer as well, an artist, and he did a song back in 2015. Ironically, that's the right term to use. In 2020, there was an incident, and of course, we're going to talk about George Floyd. And it
Yeah,
just happened 5 years prior. His son sang a song called "Can't Breathe." A lot of people thought that that song was created in 2015, tribute to George, but it wasn't. I am not asked this question. But what's the coincidence that did something happen? Put it this way, did something happen prior to 2015 that your son came up with a song?
right. So two things happened. As we were concerned about our young people not
Mm,
making it home
okay,
because there was a lot of, brutality,
okay,
potentially in America as well.
okay.
It was also going on in England. And there was an incident where a man said he can't breathe. And because our industry is so stifled
Yes,
in everything we do, when we did the Peaceful Demonstration album, we were trying to get across that look.
yes, yes, yes.
We don't want to be violent in what we're doing, but we still need to let you know that, look, you
Yeah.
can't be stifling us like this.
Mm,
And on that album, you got I Can't Breathe, Peaceful Demonstration, Mama Africa, Amun. And those songs are very spiritually roots music
yes.
with a message that if you listen to it, you realize what we're saying.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You mentioned police brutality, and once again, I look at you as a historian because you've been around for some time. You know the history of the UK, and of course, I'm a student of the game, and it's always a teachable moment. I understand that the Notting Hill Carnival kind of came out of a situation that someone was remind
Yeah,
me.
in 1961, murdered a black man
Okay, yeah,
in Notting Hill, and no one ever got convicted for it.
okay,
And in respect they created a carnival, which was the Nottingham Carnival, which
Mm.
has grown now to be the biggest carnival in Europe. But
Yeah.
for years, it was the biggest black carnival. It's now changed now.
Yeah.
So, like with most things, anything that we create, we own, lose,
Yeah.
because the powers that be will always interfere and change the rules of the land and make you not able to operate in the way you used to could operate. It's like we used to have our own nightclubs. Now, if you want to play music, you have to play music in somebody else's nightclub.
Yeah.
But the reason why we had our own nightclubs is because they wouldn't make us play in their clubs, but we have our own. Every time we create our own, you can guarantee they will change the law. They have, it's like we used to have legal black radio stations.
Yes.
Now the legal black station is a white station
Yeah.
owned by white people playing
Mm.
black music. You know what I mean? That's just I think we just have to understand, if we live in a white country, white people will control it. If you live in a black country, black people will control it. And until you
Mm.
experience that, you will understand it. So I live in Antigua. It might be only 98,000 people, thousand here, but a black man run the country. Understand?
Yeah.
3 million people in Ghana,
Yeah.
50 million. But when you listen to the radio, it's a
Mm.
black radio station, a black people. You walk down the street, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
once you get a sense of black ownership, black
Mm.
control, you then realize you tend not to complain anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned Antigua. So you spent most of your adult life in the UK. Now, you it's a whole different environment. What from the 70s, I put it this way, right? Let me think. I don't write down questions. I always ask questions from the top of my head. So bear with me for a second.
What?
All right. So you grew up in the 70s in the UK. At that time, 60s, 70s, it was more of a community because, of course, West Indian folks had to depend on each other, right?
Right. Good.
Now, your golden years, you relaxed in the Caribbean. Is there anything you miss about the UK? Or do you look back now, do you see things that have changed for the better or for the worse, if that's the right term to use? There's a
Yeah.
two-part question, really.
Right. Yeah. So England, being a young musician in England
Yeah.
was hard. But when you traveled as a musician and played your music and people showed appreciation for you playing that music that they would have only heard on a radio, you get a different kind of response. And so from a very young age, I knew I wanted to be somewhere where they appreciate my music.
Mm.
So initially, I would have gone and moved to somewhere like Holland
Okay.
or France. But then you realize different this, same type of structure.
Yeah. Yeah.
The people appreciate you a little bit more because we're distant, but it's the
Mm.
same thing.
Yeah.
But when I first recognized real black cultural understanding
Mhm.
was when I started to frequent. So after my experience with Ja 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 Tubbies,
Yeah.
I never go back to Jamaica.
Okay.
So I was totally like distorted.
Yeah. You had a bad taste in the mouth.
Yeah. So I never go back to Jamaica until '86.
Okay.
And being in Jamaica and seeing black wealth, black control, black shops, black everything, and white people being the minority or just visitors, I said, I like this. I like some of this.
Yeah.
And then I was introduced to Stone Love Song.
Yeah. I was going to get into that, but continue.
And when I listened to Stone Love Song, I said to myself, this don't play music like how I used to play my music. But
Right.
the people them said I was mad. So I went to Weeper and Rory and I said, hey, let me manage this sound now. I'm gonna make you the biggest sound in the world.
Right.
And Weeper say, if you think you can do it, go on and the rest is history. I managed them for 31 years.
Wow, Jana. 51 years, man. That's a long time.
31 years. From
Wow.
1987 right down to whatever it was in 2000 and something. The last thing I did for Stone Love was the Red Bull Culture Clash
Yeah, because that, yeah.
where the first time again for a sound system of that caliber
Yeah.
in front of 20,000 people, and the
Mm.
tickets were sold out within a week. And it was because Stone Love was on it.
So take us back into 1987 when you decided to take up the mantle and take Stone Love from Jamaica to the international circuit. Like, what were some of the things? Because Stone Love, that song system itself is a lot of firsts. So kind of take us through some of the things that you guys did in those early years.
Well, when you think of 87 it sounds like Bodyguard, Kilimanjaro.
Mm,
You had these other sounds.
yeah,
They all, race symbolic. All those sounds came off of that old style.
yeah,
They played dub plates. You have a sound and you have a DJ, and the
yeah,
DJ, with his yellow man, Tonta Irie, everybody have a DJ on them song.
yeah,
For somebody like me, the DJ they never know when to stop. And because me want to dance with a woman, it's like,
yeah.
man, you think I'll stand up and listen to man and chat all night?
Yeah, I get it now. I
And
get it.
what Stone Love did
Yeah.
was, don't bother come on, just make me a record.
So no sense in you don't need to come to the song and stand up with the mic all night. Just
No, no.
just cut the
And they would
song.
just chop and change, and mix the same tune. And then when they had enough of that, they will go
Yeah,
to soul, and they'll go to Sanchez and sing
yeah.
the lovers. So they
Let it,
played everything.
yeah, man. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Because Stone Love is known for that, Even to today, Stone Love is known for playing, some slows. I mean, but it makes sense
Yeah.
now. That a lot of sense now. Okay, I get it. I get it.
And the girl
Mm,
and the girls coming up, there was a girl song.
yeah.
And
Wow.
that's what my song was like. Girls like this bit of everything. You got to a Stone Love dance, 80% of the people them is a woman. So you have to play to keep them lively.
Yeah, man.
So we've gone to Jamaica and experiencing that. And
Yeah.
then I went to St. Lucia Jazz Festival
Okay.
and experienced, you know what I mean, seeing high quality, I saw Luther Vandross, Till LaBelle, Gladys Knight, Earth, Wind and Fire. And in the audience, peer black people.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, this feels good.
Yeah, man.
And really that was between Jamaica and St. Lucia is what really made me say to myself,
Yeah.
I want to live where my skin color is the majority. And then the final straw was I had two more children. And in England, I just saw black boys getting into unnecessary trouble that
Yeah.
didn't make no sense.
Yeah.
And then black boys was killing black boys.
Mm,
And I just said, you know what? Let me take my two boys out
yeah.
and school them in another country
Yeah.
where everybody black.
Yeah, man.
So, and you please back. You know what I mean? People respect adults.
Yeah.
People respect police.
Mhm.
So that way you have a different kind of discipline.
Yeah, man.
So as bad as them say Jamaica is, them have discipline down there. So don't let anybody fool you. The
Mm,
Caribbean has discipline
yeah.
and it has black disciplines. That's the reason why I live on this side of the world. And from here I can travel and go.
Yeah, man. Nice. All right. Like I say, man, you've been credited over 500 records produced. You're also into the film. I say it correctly. I can never get it right. Film industry, film production, movie production,
The
documentary.
movie industry.
How you got into that?
Nobody would make a film about me if I made my own.
Makes sense.
It's like no one would make a record deal. So we
Yeah.
recorded and create our own record company. When you're pushed in a corner enough, you come out fighting.
Yeah.
So the first documentary I did is called Young Gifted and Black.
Yeah.
And then the second film I did was a short movie about Six Card, which
Mhm.
was in 1976. My third movie is about a DJ
Mhm.
festival. My fourth film is it's a love story, but it's about music and young people trying to understand what big people.
Yeah.
And then the new movie we're about to start at the end of the year is
Mhm.
about what has happened to our industry over the last 30 years.
Wow.
So that was a serious movie. That
Yeah.
budget for that one is a little bit, but it's a lot. I mean, there's a lot more white people in that one.
Yeah.
Most of my
Yeah.
movie only have black people in it. That one
Yeah.
also white people because we have to show off
Yeah.
what they did wrong.
Yeah,
And
man.
you can't make a black man show off what a white person did wrong. So a white person has to show off. Like when them put us in movies and then say,
Yeah.
why a black man has to be doing that? Well,
Right.
the same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
They will say, "Why did you get a white man to do that so disgustingly?" Because that's what you do.
Yeah. But where can folks see some of the productions?
Okay, so at the moment, what we're doing is touring with our
Yeah.
films.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll come to your town, book a little small cinema, 100, 200, 300 people.
You know, they got the DC Film Festival in, I think it's, when is it? Is it August or July? I got to look it up. But yeah, every year. That might be something you guys might want to look into.
You know, at the moment, because our films are not like anything else,
Yeah.
you have to, it's more underground movement
Okay. Okay.
than trying to somebody to think that, what do you think? I don't want you to think about it. I want you to
Mhm.
experience it. I
Okay.
don't want you to watch my movie to tell somebody else whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
I need people to watch it
Mhm.
because it's a Black Slate movie. I want to know what it's about.
Yeah.
And then you realize that we're making books, we're making films about our history.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you end up with a history lesson because you're going
Mhm.
to say, is that really true?
Yeah.
Well, it is. We would team up with you, come to your town. You invite, you know what I mean? It doesn't really, because we do music because we love it.
Yeah.
We don't do it
Yeah.
because we have to, we do it because we love it. So
Mhm.
we don't have to play in front of 5, 6, 10,000 people.
Yeah.
We can play in front of 100 people and it's not
Mhm.
a problem. We'll fly to your country, find the venue, and make sure, say, pay our bills and share culture. And then we get to that point where we can create a unity of groups of people that actors from the States, actors from England can come to Antigua and say, boy, can we get into your movie? Because
Yeah.
they're not writing the right kind of scripts for us.
Yeah.
So we now have to write our own scripts.
Right. Right.
So we need actors, we need cameramen, we need everything now
Yeah.
because we have our own industry and we own it. Ownership is important.
Well, if you're ever looking for actors, man, you got my number. Hit me up.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because we have a thing called reality.
Yeah.
We have reality movies
Okay.
and we use real people to set the stage.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't get somebody to act Alfonso. You would
Yeah.
have to be out. You understand?
Yeah.
But we'll get the actor to ask you the questions about
Mhm.
you in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Because too many times we lose things in translation
Yeah.
because the actor can't be like you.
Mm.
It's like you watch the Bob Marley movie.
I mean to laugh, but there's
Yeah, yeah.
a lot of critiques and critiques.
Right. So the problem is, I'm glad they made the movie because it did what it did. But
Mm.
really, the movie should have been about their children and they talk about their father and the
Mm.
story. The movie could be real to life and they import their father's footage. That way, it'll never be an old movie.
Yeah.
It'll never be old because it's our history.
Mm. True.
So that's why all my movies have real musicians in it, real actors, and
Mhm.
people, you know what I mean? If there's a group in it, it's a real group.
Yeah.
My last movie have Burning Flames in it. It's really Burning Flames. It's not
Oh,
something
wow.
they act to be Burning Flames.
Yeah. Big up burning flames. All right, you met the history, man. So when that day comes, what do you want your legacy? How you want people to remember you? Mr. Sir Bradley. What would you like your legacy to be?
You know, this question keep on coming up.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's made everything come up, it made me have to think about it. But
Mm.
I want people to smile
Yeah.
when they call my name because they're gonna say, I remember when he was doing that
Mhm.
interview and he said this.
Yeah.
If hearing my music makes them smile, gives them that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
They remember the first time they heard it. I want people to have joy when they think about me.
Yeah.
When they hear my music, it's got to give them a joyful feeling. And for any individual, I'm giving them something. I'm opening a channel, a door
Mhm.
that can't be blocked. So I tell everybody, you don't have to go and dig the hole again. I don't dig the hole already. Come
Yeah.
through to my door. And that's why we have so much industries. We've made
Yeah.
industries so that we can exist. We're not
Yeah.
dependent on a record deal from a major company or
Mm.
having to make a film through a major film company. No,
Yeah.
we make our own everything. You know what I
Well,
mean? You do a film with a big company, you have to make how much millions.
Yeah.
We make our own film. If 10,000 people see it, we're nice. If
Yeah.
5,000 people see it, we're nice. If people turn up and see it at film night in a liquor bar, we're
Yeah.
nice.
Well, so at this point, at this part of this segment of the podcast is called 2000 Questions About Me. It's based on a book that I bought a couple of years ago. I'm not going to ask you 2000 questions, obviously, but I'm going to ask you to pick a number from 1 to 2000. And the number that you pick will be the question that's asked out of the book.
2,000 questions. So 1,540.
I know. Big numbers. Is it 1,520?
40.
Oh, 40. Okay. How do you feel about buying a home? How do you feel about buying a home?
I think it's important that a man have four forces in his life. My father told me that before you think about having any children, make sure you have a yard to put them in. I think it's important that every man have four forces to protect his family as standard. And that four force can be a little small 10 by 10 room. Doesn't matter what size it is.
Yeah.
Ownership of a man is important. And once you own something, you're
Yeah.
responsible, whether rent it or whatever. But once it's in your name, then you can bring people into your life. But as a man, do not step into somebody else's life and want to be a man in somebody else's life. Have your own foundation and start from there.
Wow. That's some good advice, man. That's an excellent answer to that question. Perfect question. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But at this point, I'm just gonna open up the floor. Anything you want to add, before we wrap it up?
The first thing I want to say is thank you.
Mm,
I want to each and every person who's listening to this podcast, every single person who's, whether they've bought a record, listened to a record, share a record that I've made, the group has made, I just want to say thank you because I could not be sitting down here if it wasn't for the individual people in this world who was like my music. And blessings to each and every one. And, I think it's important that you know that my music has been created for the people, and the
yeah.
people have made my music current. We have the Lovers Rock Cafe now here in Antigua,
Okay.
which is
Okay.
where we also have our film studio as well.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to come right here in Antigua. We're in the Eastern Caribbean, and
Yeah.
we own it.
Nice. And listen, I need to get rich quick, man, because there's so much invitations I have written down that people been inviting me to that I have to. Antigua is one of them. I've been invited to Antigua many times. Like I said, I know a couple of people from Antigua, and hearing you talk about Antigua being there, now I'm even more motivated to come and visit.
Only do you have an invitation. You have an invitation to do a podcast in our Lovers Rock Cafe.
Man, that'd be great. That'd be great. That'd be dope. That'd be dope, man. That'd be dope. Wow. That'd be nice. You got me excited now.
Yeah, very just no,
Very-
you know what?
Mm,
It's absolutely beautiful to be on this stage, you know what I mean? And no interviews are ever the same. You
True.
could ask me similar questions, the same questions,
Yeah.
but just the vibe and what you offer, your spiritual intervention, even though we're just talking through the screen,
Yeah. Man.
is a vibe that has been created through love.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I say to everybody, our music is love.
Yeah.
Nothing is bigger, greater than love, and love is our creator.
Yeah.
And that is why our music will never fall short. Doesn't matter how it is. It's always there for somebody.
Man.
So for every person who's part of this music industry, if you're a listener, whether you're a player, whether you're a performer, whatever it is you're doing in our industry,
Yeah.
and in the arts, look, thank you to yourself and everybody who's listening.
Yes, sir. Well, give thanks, man. Thank you so much for your contributions, of course, to the arts and culture for so many years, over 50 plus years. I mean, you definitely put in the work, man. I did so much for
After 4 years now,
You look like a young man, a young lad.
all praises to the Almighty and the Caribbean.
Yeah, very, very thankful. And you know what? I'm big up to your management team too, man. I must show them out.
You know what? We come, the King man, pick up
Yeah.
yourself every time. His
Yeah.
brother finding four corners of the globe.
Yeah,
So, we have to pick him up every time.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that man, big love all the time.
Yeah, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Anthony, or I should say Sir Anthony Brightly. Give thanks, man. Black Slate, man, give thanks, and
Big respect.
much love, much
Yeah.
success. All right?
All right. Look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, man,
Take
respect.
care.
And that's a wrap on this episode of the AlonzoBash podcast. Thank you for tuning in and rocking with us. If you enjoyed today's conversation, leave a comment and let us know your favorite episode so far. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to help the podcast grow. You can catch the AlonzoBash podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and even on Amazon Alexa devices. Just ask Alexa to play the AlonzoBash podcast. Until next time, stay inspired, stay connected, and as Alonzo would say, stay focused on your goals and dreams. See you on the next episode.